Hello crochet friends, welcome back. We're working on our American flag wreath and we left with the bulk, right? We were working on this nice bulk section. How did you do? You can see I kind of carried along my yarn here. You didn't have to do that. You could separate it each time, no problem. But I just kind of dragged it along with me, and I have this nice long strip here. We ended with row 107. So we had that last white strip done there, right? I did not do my chain one because now I'm getting ready. We're going to do the last red section, and then we're going to join the blue in so that we can make this join in the round. Okay, so I'm just trying to explain how we're going about this. I did cut my white this time because I knew it was my last little bit. So I'm going to chain right here to get my red incorporated, right? Just like we were doing that whole time. So this is row 108. I'm going to enter each stitch and I'm going to work along here just like you were doing, right? This is the red, so we're going to do 108 through 111, and then we're going to join in blue. So on our last row here, when we get to the 111, we want to not chain one with the red. We're going to chain one there with the blue to join the blue in, okay? So I'm hoping that makes sense to everybody the way we've been going along. This, I just wanted to stop us with this last red here so that everybody was on track. I didn't want you to do extra chaining with the wrong colors and everything. So we just stopped a little early of finishing up this red and white stripe. So hopefully you did well with that. And that it all went smoothly for you. I know sometimes changing up colors can be a little tricky. So we just take our time, right? So now I will turn, and this will be 109. I did my chain one. Okay, so now I'm going to proceed with 109. So let's do that until you get through 111. And we will join on that last chain there with our blue. Okay, here we go. Okay, this is my last stitch around 111. It's my last single crochet with the red. Now I'm going to grab my blue. So here's my blue, and I'm going to pull that in to join it. Try to fumbly today. Okay, there we go. I've got that in there. All right. So that will serve as our chain one. I'm going to turn my work. Apparently I don't have everybody tight enough here. Ooh. Okay, I have a very big loop. There we go, got a nice big loop. We don't need that. Okay, so this is round 112, and we are going to do just one round of this blue, okay? Because we want it to join to the other blue. So we're going to do 18 single crochets, just like we've been doing all this time, going across here. All right, so our join counted as our chain one. So we are just going to single crochet across. We will not chain one at the end, okay, because this is it. This is it for this part of the project, the striping and the blue and everything. So we're going to take it and go along here with our 18 stitches. Are you doing okay with these? Is it working out all right? I hope so. It's not a super hard project. It's nice that it's a lot of single crochet, but it's just a good bit of changing color, isn't it? So that can be a little tricky, and we just work through it together, do just fine. Okay, there's 17 and 18. Wonderful. Okay, so now do not chain one. Okay, so just pull this up, and we're going to fasten off. I'm trying to find a little pair of scissors here. Sorry about that, a little noisy in my yarn bowl there. Okay, I'm going to just cut this off here because I want to fasten this off. I'm going to just rejoin my yarn when we put this all together here. Okay, so now this is what we have. And I think I do still have red on there. I'm going to fasten off my red also. So I'm going to actually knot these two because you won't see this. All of this along the edge here, we will be sewing together. So it will tuck in and you won't see it. You won't have to worry about it at all, okay? So here we are. We have blue to blue now, right? We started off with our nice blue and we ended with one strip of blue. So what we're going to do is we're going to take our project and we're going to fold it in half here, and we are going to just go along and we want to slip stitch along here with our yarn. Blue, of course, because now we've got blue and blue, so we want to make it blue, right? So we're going to take our blue yarn and we're going to make a loop. We're going to drop our working tail behind and we're going to grab that loop, pull it up on the shank of our hook. Okay, let's get that on there. Pull that up on the shank of our hook. Okay, so now we want to fold our projects in half, fold it in half here so that blue is meeting blue. Okay, and we are just going to slip stitch working up from the bottom to the top of our work. And to do that, we just want to make sure our working tail is up behind us. So I'm hoping that makes sense. You want it up here behind your work. And if you've ever done joining in any of the projects with the granny squares, we're same thing. This is how we're going to proceed with this, okay? So what we are going to do is we are going to go in the first loop on the right hand side, the outer loop, and the outer loop on the left hand side. Okay, so now we have 3 loops on our hook, and we're going to yarn over and we're going to pull through all 3. Okay, and then we're going to keep that yarn up here between our projects. I hope you can see how it's up there like that, right? But it's on the back side of it. We're going to grab the outer loop of the right side and the outer loop of the left side, and we're going to yarn over and pull through all 3 again. Okay, so we're just going to keep going to the next one, that outer loop there. And it's a little hard to see if it's the dark blue like this. Just take your time, make sure you're getting the next one, that's all. And yarn over and pull through everybody. I'm going to try to do a couple of them here with you so you can see exactly what this is supposed to look like. All right, it makes a nice seam, and it's a pretty smooth seam, so it looks good. You could just sew the 2 together if you wanted to, whatever you prefer. Outside loop on the right, outside loop on the left, yarn over and pull through everybody. Okay, so hopefully you can see this. Can you see it makes a nice seam pulling the 2 of them together? And I think it looks good. So it's a nice little slip stitch seam, and we're just going to go in each stitch all the way up to the end. So not too, I mean, we had what, 18 of them? But that's not too much, right? We can do this. Okay, so keep going with this. You're going through 3 loops when you're going through your work there. Not too terrible, right? We've got this. Okay, here's my next one. I'm going to grab my next one on this side. Okay, so keep going with this until you get to the top of your work. Oops, I dropped that one. I tend to do that a lot with these, but you know how I am. I can be a little dropsy, can't I? It's all good. So keep going with these all the way to the top. We'll meet up there together. Here we go. Okay, that was my last one. So we have a, oops, sorry. We have a nice seam here. It's looking good. You can fasten this off now, or leave it, whichever you prefer, because depending on what color you're going to join your whole project together with around the wreath. I think I'm going to use the blue. So, you know, for me, I think I'm going to just keep my blue attached for now. But that is it for this portion. Up next, we're going to work on our stars when we meet again next time. But just get this all tight and nice and joined up good. And I'll see you next time. We'll start on the stars. Thank you and have a joyful day.